Wireless cameras come in a dizzying variety of styles and shapes. They watch over your front porch when you're gone and when you're home. They can move and talk. Some run on batteries and some have power cables. The term wireless is less about how the camera receives power and more about how it connects to the internet through your Wi-Fi. So I took a handful of my favorite wireless cameras and put them head to head, or side by side. I'll show you footage and features from each camera and go into how I picked the best wireless cameras of 2023. And if you want to learn more after this, check out the link below to see Safewise's lineup from our editorial team. For this video, I focused on 4 things: battery life and power, video storage and recording, video and audio quality, and overall experience. Wireless cameras can be wired or wired-free. This is a wired camera. It has a cable that needs to stay plugged in, and these are wire-free cameras that use batteries, but all 4 connect to the internet wirelessly. The power source a camera uses affects where you can place it and how often it needs to recharge. Without video storage or recording, your security camera is just a fancy peephole. Some wireless cameras use local storage, cloud storage, or both. In recent years, cloud storage has become the industry standard. For a monthly fee, your camera uploads clips to the web where you can find them in an app or online portal. The alternative is local storage through a simple SD card. It keeps your stored footage offline and lets you skip that monthly fee. But you might miss out on some cool extra features made for that camera. 2K, 4K, okay. How exactly does video quality differ from camera to camera? And what does it matter if a camera has 1080p or 2K? To oversimplify, resolution is how much data a camera can fit in one frame. These days, high definition is the standard. It's rare to find a camera with a resolution under 720p. So the higher that number, the more data is stuffed into a single image, producing a higher quality picture. Can you tell the difference? Video quality is much more than resolution though. There's HDR, bitrate, and frame rate, just to name a few. To keep it simple, I focused on things like smooth motion, picture clarity and color, and night vision depth. I also gave brownie points to any cameras with additional video settings to work for different environments. Things get less technical for audio though. I tested the mic and speaker on each of these cameras and listened for loud, clear sound. Finally, there's overall experience. I focused on the installation process, app user friendliness, and any other outstanding features worth mentioning. Now, let's take a look at each of the best wireless cameras of 2023 more closely. The Ring Spotlight Cam battery is a floodlight, siren, intercom, and camera all in one device. While it's powerful on its own, it's best served with a Ring Protect plan and really shines with other smart home gear from that same brand. The Spotlight Cam battery has 2 slots for rechargeable battery packs, but only one is included. After a couple of weeks into testing, this camera was still going. The battery finally died just before we filmed this video, about 4 weeks into testing. Going through the Ring camera settings, we found a few things that could easily drain battery life. Factors like recording length, motion notifications, lights, and siren settings, for example, can shorten the battery life drastically. 4 weeks on one battery is pretty solid, but I never got a notification that the battery was low or dying, so be sure to check your cameras regularly. Ring is a cloud storage only kind of brand. The whole camera is really limited without a subscription. For this video, I opted for a Ring Protect Basic plan, which includes saving and recording past videos. Without it, you'll get live video or motion alerts without any kind of context. With Ring Protect, you can customize how long those recorded clips last, download, and share what your camera caught. With 1080p on its own, Ring's video quality doesn't feel like anything special. It kind of reminds me of an old webcam or phone camera. The only settings to improve video quality is the HDR feature, and that does help a little bit. If you aren't a total video buff and just want a simple working camera, Ring does just fine. Its audio falls into a similar category too. Wind and traffic noises add to the background, but you can still hear dialogue.
Guess who does?
The speaker isn't terribly powerful either. My voice sounds clear, but really quiet.
Hey, it's Katie from Safewise. This might not be an indoor camera, but it got windy outside, so we took it in to test the two-way audio. This is what it sounds like from the Ring Spotlight Cam battery.
My overall experience with the Ring Spotlight Cam battery was frustration-free once I ponied up for the subscription plan. Installing it only took a few minutes, and mounting it was painless too. While this is an outdoor camera, its weatherproof rating is about 10 points lower than what you see on similar cameras. So it's not totally safe from water, dust, or other particles. If you can help it, place your camera under a covered area for extra protection. And as for the app, there's a handful of settings you can check and adjust to extend your battery life or change how your camera reacts to its environment. But it's hard to ignore Ring's constant nudging towards other features like the Neighbors app, Amazon Key, Alexa, and of course, Ring Alarm System. The Ring Spotlight Cam battery is a solid choice if you're building a smart home from the ground up. With lights, HD video, a siren, it's a great candidate for guarding your backyard, shed, or side of the house. But it's just one piece of the giant Ring smart home puzzle. The Google Nest Cam battery is all smooth lines and curves. It's my favorite of this year's lineup in terms of looks. But it's not just a pretty face, it's smart too. Well, as long as you're willing to get a Nest Aware subscription. Of the 3 battery-powered cameras in the lineup, the Google Nest Cam was the most efficient. After 3 weeks of testing, it still had 70% of its battery life left. And this is where it was at just before filming this video. Just like Ring, this experience can vary. The more you record and get notifications, the faster that battery will drain. But the Nest Cam battery is compatible with solar panels, or you can find the alternative Nest Cam wired if you want continuous power. Recording and storing videos with the Nest Cam battery only happens with the Nest Aware subscription, and you'll need Nest Aware Plus if you want 10 days of video history. But along with that $6 or $12 a month, you get extra features like smarter notifications and E911, which sends your info to local dispatchers to speed up response times. You can look back on motion events from that recorded history, download and share those clips. Smart alerts can tell you what kind of motion triggered the event too, whether it's people, animals, or vehicles.
The Nest Cam battery records in 1080p and the picture comes through pretty clear. I was especially impressed with how smooth motion appears on these clips. However, the picture felt a little darker than other cameras. Our mount was set up under a covered porch, and unless the day was bright and sunny, the colors felt muted and murky. Night vision felt a little clearer thanks to the infrared lights built in, and we were able to see the sidewalk in the dark.
As far as audio goes, talking through the speaker is clear, but it's super quiet.
Hey, it's Katie from Safewise.
When you activate the two-way talk, the Nest Cam makes a short chime so you know that something's coming. My voice doesn't sound crackly, but it doesn't come through very strong. Between checking live video, getting notifications, and adjusting settings, the Nest Cam battery is a solid set-it-and-forget-it camera. It uses the Google Home app, which is pretty minimal for controls and settings for the camera itself, but it lends itself really well to smart homes and adding to an existing ecosystem. If you're able to put the Nest Cam battery in a spot that gets a lot of light, do it. From our test, the picture showed up pretty dark, but the night vision was solid. Overall, Nest Cam battery's strengths lie in its powerful batteries and great looks. It's such a unique design, and the magnetic mount makes it really easy to install. The Wyze Cam V3 Pro is the successor to the brand's cult favorite Wyze Cam V3. Its video quality, color night vision, and new spotlight are all improvements on the older version. And at around $60, it's the cheapest in our lineup. The V3 Pro is the only camera in this year's lineup with a power cord, but it's still a wireless camera since it connects to Wi-Fi. That cable ensures that it's always on and watching, but it also keeps the V3 on a kind of a leash. I kept the camera inside for part of the testing process, but with the help of an extension extension cord, it was able to come outside and join the others. The V3 Pro has an IP65 rating, so it's water and dust tight, but if you want to take it outside, it's best to have an outdoor outlet. The cable itself is thin and flat, so it's really easy to slide through windows and doors. The V3 Pro can store video recordings locally or via the cloud through Wyze Cam Plus subscriptions. For my test, I slid a 32 gig micro SD card inside. This allows the camera to do cool stuff like time lapses and provide video history of past events. However, you need that cloud subscription to harness all of the V3 Pro's powers. Here, you can see my camera's history, but these are all still images rather than short recordings. So you aren't totally out from under the cloud subscription thumb, but the good news is for that $2 a month, it's less of a thumb and more of a pinky. Cam Plus's storage is unlimited, it improves notifications, and makes 24/7 recording much easier. Again, I hate paying for extra stuff, but this price is really fair for what you get with the subscription.
Moving on to video and audio, this is a taste of what footage looks like from the Wyze Cam V3 Pro. The V3 Pro records in 2K, a huge step from its 1080p predecessor, but even 2K isn't super vibrant when looking through glass. Taking it outside, I was able to get a better idea of how powerful the camera's spotlight and night vision are.
The mic was able to pick up on my voice, nearby traffic, and even our dogs barking at the same time. But my voice still came through loud and clear.
Can you hear me on the Wyze Cam V3? This is what it sounds like.
So what about the V3 Pro's speaker?
Hey, this is Katie from Safewise. This is what the Wyze Cam V3 Pro sounds like.
The Wyze Cam V3 Pro is easy to set up and use and delivered consistent video quality and alerts as I needed them. My biggest issues though lay with the app and the cable itself. While downloading that time lapse I showed you earlier, the app crashed, and it's not the first time the Wyze app has failed me. And compared to its battery-powered counterparts, that cable felt really limiting. Without a working outlet outside, this didn't feel like a total apples to apples comparison. That is, until I found the extension cord. But I still really enjoyed testing this camera. It takes me longer to cook breakfast than it did to set this thing up, and its consistently high video quality and cool features kept me interested beyond the set it and forget it design of most cameras. And that is why the Wyze Cam V3 Pro is my budget pick for the best wireless cameras of 2023. If you're looking for a subtle, modest security camera, the Reolink Argus PT is not it. This is the biggest camera of the bunch, and it packs a lot inside. The camera itself can rotate and watch in just about any direction. Reolink's Argus cameras have been a staff favorite for us on Safewise for years, so I was really excited to see how the PT stands up to the name. While the Argus PT was no dud, its battery life wasn't the best out of all of our picks. After 3 weeks of use, its battery was over half drained. I guessed it could last around 6 weeks or so on a single charge, but like all of our wire-free cameras, much of that depends on settings and recording frequency. Here it was just before filming this video, 4 weeks into testing, and it still outlasted Ring. The Argus PT has a small slot at the top of the camera for a micro SD card. With that local storage in place, you can look back on past events and see people, vehicles, and animals that triggered the motion sensor. If you prefer the digital route, Reolink offers 1 gig of storage for a single camera for free. I'm a big fan of brands keeping basic features in front of the paywall instead of behind it. And with local and cloud storage as an option on one camera, you don't even have to choose.
The Argus PT has 2 modes, clear and fluent. Basically, clear is 2K, while fluent drops to standard definition. But the advanced camera settings in the Reolink app let you adjust features like frame rate, bit rate, and anti-flicker to improve that lower, more battery-friendly resolution. I was really pleased with how nice the recorded videos from this camera look. Here you can even see puddles ripple from raindrops from about 3 yards away.
But while the video is impressive, the audio has some improvements to make. The microphone is powerful enough to pick up street sounds nearby, but the speaker was really gravelly.
This is what the Reolink Argus PT sounds like.
Like I mentioned, there's a ton of things to adjust and fine-tune with the Reolink app. The only user issue I had was with the PTZ controls. That little digital touchpad wasn't always consistent, and it took a little practice to perfect. You may find it panning a little too far or not quite far enough. Otherwise, installing the camera was really simple, and with the arm mount, there's very little guesswork and only 2 holes to drill. While its battery life, speaker, and PTZ controls aren't perfect, the Reolink Argus PT tops my list for the best wireless cameras of 2023. With its near 360-degree rotation, 2K resolution, local and cloud storage options, and lots of video settings to choose from, it's the camera most likely to fit different environments. The Argus PT gave me the least amount of fuss setting it up, and it even looks a little intimidating if you want to scare off would-be intruders. We'll be doing a review soon on the Argus PT, so be sure to like and subscribe to catch it once it's out. Let me know if there's anything I missed. Your comments help me be more thorough in my testing processes for these videos. And if none of these cameras caught your eye, check the link below to see Safewise's lineup of the best wireless cameras from our editorial staff. Thanks for watching and stay safe.